We're running out of time. All right. So what did we cover about Russell Brand before?
Nothing at all.
Okay,
Skipped
so
over it for some reason.
allegations have come out recently against Russell Brand of the sexual nature, and he's basically used it all to say the media wants to stop him. Now, if it's true that he did, have sex with a 16-year-old girl, whether it was consensual or not, the guy's a fucking scumbag. I want nothing to do with him. But that, I
Agreed.
feel like, is covering up something else that's just as important, if not more important, which is the BBC is using allegations to censorship people on YouTube and trying to get it and taken down on Rumble and shit.
Well, it's the British government. They can do that. They don't have the same constraints as the U.S. That's why.
It's also BBC has a terrible
about this story.
reputation of this kind of shit happening.
Well, of course they do.
Do you not remember their worst offender, Jimmy
Salvo?
Salvo?
Have you not seen the last 2 seasons of Doctor Who?
No.
Like, we know what the British group is all about. We know. And I'm having a hard time being interested in this story because first of all, what's his name again?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Russell Brand is approved. Russell Brand is approved conspiracy theory guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was middle of the road guy, and then all of a sudden he became approved talking point conspiracy theory guy. So now you're going to tell me that he we're gonna lob these sexual allegations at him, and we're going to try to get him canceled. And it's like, yes, of course they're going to do that. That's what they do. And what this is doing is this is driving a click news cycle that is making a lot of people a lot of fucking money. And at the end of the day, he's going to keep his show on Rumble. He's going to be exclusive on Rumble, which he is now. And he's going to continue to make money. This is all news cycle clickbait bullshit.
That may be, but it doesn't change the fact that the BBC is demanding YouTube, Rumble, and like Twitter deplatform him. Like not like YouTube. Like
what does porn have to do with this?
Huh? What?
Don't stay.
Sometimes it feels like he's having a different conversation than we are, Ken.
Yeah. And it's still not answering the what? What are you talking about?
But they're like trying to get him like deplatformed and like YouTube compromised by demonetizing him. There's literally a guy on YouTube that has been convicted and served time for murdering someone, and he's monetized.
Yes, of course.
So here is Russell Brand's reply to these allegations.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it, I swear.
Hello there, you awakening wonders.
I hate you.
An extraordinary.
I don't like this guy.
And
Yeah.
thank you very much for your support and for questioning the information that you've been presented with. By now, you're probably aware that the British government.
That I'm a jackass, and
Hey, use your fucking hands more, dickhead. What is that?
yeah, I really hate.
He's doing what he's told to do. It makes him more personable.
If you do this more, people will listen to you.
What? It looks like you're trying to strangle somebody.
You gotta listen to me.
That doesn't work on me.
Ken,
My
don't you
blue neck.
understand? What is it that you don't understand?
All of it.
You can't
All
move
of
your
it.
fingers,
I'm being
Semper.
honest.
He doesn't actually move his fingers. He just kind of moves his hand. Like, I was out here, but now I'm in here. And now I'm doing the robot.
It's so fucking put on and
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Right? I hate him too. If you hate him, you can go to streamlabs.com/comedy of budget or directly right there on Rumble and tell us how much you hate Russell Brand.
Ken,
Yeah.
what is that plant that he's sitting next to? Like, it's like he's in a picture from the. It's like he's in a set from the 70s.
He looks like he's at my grandmother's dining table.
Right?
It looks like they do this every time there's like an apology video. They have like a room in their house, like
my
Drew
apology
Barrymore
room.
did it.
Apology room.
Yeah, I'm like one of you. I have a plant by a window and a
I have a
curtain.
plant.
And cords of wood stacked outside.
Oh, God damn it.
Big tech platforms to censor our online content, and that some online platforms have complied with that request. What you may not know is that this happens in the context of the Online Safety Bill, which is a piece of UK legislation that grants sweeping surveillance and censorship powers, and it's a law that has already been
Then
passed.
leave the UK, you
Hey,
retard.
Pause it real quick. This guy's saying this shit like virtually every single one of our fucking friends haven't been kicked off YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
He's saying this like he's the only one this has happened to. He's potentially being kicked off of YouTube because there's allegations of sexual assault. I've got friends who got kicked off of YouTube for saying that they didn't take the shot.
I got friends in rumble places.
It's just, and this is what aggravates me. I'm gonna try not to go pronoun. These motherfuckers didn't say a word when the mid-sized people got kicked off. Nothing.
No, of
Russell
course
Brand
not.
didn't say a goddamn thing about anybody getting kicked off of YouTube until it was him.
Of course not. Not your chair, not your fucking problem. That's what the lizard says.
Crowder didn't say anything about anyone being demonetized.
And he caused
until
it.
It was him. None of these people defend other people.
No.
It's just when it happens to them. So you know what? Look, I don't agree with it, but I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you because you've known this was happening. It just didn't happen to you. And now it's happening to you. And sorry, you let it go long enough to where now it's happening to you and you're turning to look at what? The people who've already been kicked off of platforms that went over to Rumble. Now you're going over to Rumble as the big bad guy, you know, the big name that Rumble's going to roll out the carpet for. When there's a million other people that have been over there for the last year because they had the same treatment happen to them for far less. No, I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you.
I mean, I got a community strike on my main channel for showing a missile striking the Pentagon. I
had
don't
one of
understand what the
my-
big deal is.
I had one of my Theoretical Tuesdays deleted like 3 weeks ago.
That's because it was
because
theoretical,
I
wasn't
made up-
practical. Boom, got him.
And my
Nailed it.
my Theoretical Tuesdays were literally me creating fiction. And they went and deleted it because I was talking about vaccines in a way they didn't like. And it was all made up. The whole thing was a made up story.
So you're saying your stream was fictional.
Yes.
That's why you can't find
And I
it.
said it over and over and over that this is a fictional story throughout the entire thing. And they didn't even tell me. I didn't get an email. I didn't get anything. What I saw was there was a little blip in my studio on a ticker that said they had.
Whoa. We're on YouTube right now. Come on.
No, they changed their tickers,
Jesus.
unlike Bert Popcorn.
Jesus Christ going on right now.
I don't have to
calm
change
down.
it.
Well, what's the point of having it?
Remind people they can go to streamlabs.com/comedy on a budget. I mean, they don't do it, but
They don't
remind
do it.
them.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I hate all these tickers.
Hey,
Ah!
hey,
I
hey.
also
Hey.
don't imagine you've heard
We're all one type of text format template.
of the Trusted News Initiative. Now, as is often the case when a word like trusted is used as part of an acronym to describe an unelected body, trust is the last thing you should be offering. The Trusted News Initiative is a collaboration between big tech and legacy media organizations to target, control, choke, and shut down independent media organizations.
What? That just started happening?
Choke. It sounds like he's confessing something.
Jesus.
Here's my thing with this whole fucking thing. I don't like Russell Brand. I never did. He seemed like another one of these asshole actors who's propped up from day one. He's never said anything controversial. All those things was spiritualism, this, and he's always been like a commie. Yeah, he's always been a fucking commie. He's never said anything like Semper said about any kind of demonetization before any of this. He doesn't say anything about the millions of people pouring into the countries from the commies just opening up the borders and shit like that. He just does the approved bullshit that, you know, just and the fake conspiracy shit. And he just says what everybody already knows, but he just puts like a fucking puts a conspiratorial kind of flair to it.
I mainly
And
don't like
now-
him. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I took a little part. My fault. But I'm just saying, it's like he had the approve, and he's another one of these actors that come onto these platforms and make millions of dollars, gets can say whatever you want on here. And I don't know what this is. I think this looks like some kind of fake push against this whole censorship. I think it's fake. Like, I think this is one of those things where they already had all this information on him. Like, I put a video in the prep that he's been this fucking sex pest for years before he did this whole bullshit sober thing. So it might be one of those things where they may be actually trying to take him down. Like, they just, like, you know, the
He's just no longer
client
useful.
list. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's
And he-
because
And he ruined Katy Perry.
Well, did Katy Perry ruin herself? But he's directly connected to the Rothschilds, or a pillar of the certain group of people like that have members like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab.
Directly.
He was dating one of the Rothschilds' daughters like 10 years ago, and then they suddenly broke up with no warning, and remain close friends to this day, from what reports say. But you know how those are reliable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he is, but it sounds like somebody was being recruited. I mean, this is my crazy business. This is what I think. But he could just easily have had a bad relationship that just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he's been this way for years. Like, look at this.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's been really a wonderful see you later. All right, take care. Russell, how can I do your bra? Just like this. Please, I love you. We were.
Yeah, so he's been like that. Like that's his been kind of, and that might be playful, or I don't know. That's kind of creepy, but that's been his thing for a while. He's been that guy.
Yeah. Just watch TV shows from 15 to 20 years ago. That was a thing. It was a thing. Mm-hmm. Watch older TV shows and you'll see people acting like that. It's the way it was. And so you're going to go back 20 years ago and you're going to go after somebody for doing what everybody else.
I mean, people definitely weren't as sensitive back then, but still, like,
yeah, that's a little.
It's one thing doing that to like a reporter, because that's like you're playing shit up for the camera, right? But I've also heard reports of him just doing that to random women at bars and stuff.
Yeah,
because he can.
I mean, apparently they don't like it no more.
Well, no, not anymore.
I know we're bringing up
it's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing like this. You have a stream, right? Mm-hmm. You're under a certain TOS, and then 5 years later, they decide to change the TOS. It makes something you did 5 years ago that is no longer valid.
Yeah.
And then they end up striking your channel out of existence for something that used to be within the TOS. That's essentially what this is. Whether you like it or not, whether it's okay or not is irrelevant. The point is that was just the culture back then.
Well, sexual assault is still sexual assault. But I'm not saying that he did that. I'm saying, everybody's like, well, we're bringing up old videos. Well, that when he's the things he's being accused of was in that time period. That's why people are bringing.
Well, see, now we get whether you want the audience, whether the audience wants to hear what he has to say or not. Because the reality is that you should be able to be heard. Because I mean, let's be honest. The internet is the telephone now. Mm-hmm. Can we agree on that? Sure. That the internet is what the telephone is?
What is it? The public Discord?
AT&T cannot come to you because they are a utility. AT&T cannot say we disagree with what you're saying, so we're no longer going to allow you to have a telephone. Mm-hmm. They can't do that because it's a utility. So I don't care what it is you are, what you get convicted for, or anything like that. The internet should be essentially the equivalent of a telephone, to where if you're in jail, you don't get access to it. But once you're out of jail, whether people want to hear you or not is up to them.
Yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of fucking people and a lot of shit that they do, and I think there's a lot of fucking disgusting people. Mm-hmm. But both the left and the right like to have this little fetish with people we don't like, we think should be wiped off the face of the planet.
I don't want to wipe off the face of the planet.
If they go to jail, they go to jail.
I just
Once
think,
they're out of jail.
So, okay, if the 16-year-old thing is true, right? And let's say that it was fully consensual. He is in no legal threat in the UK because 16 is the age of consent over there, right? Mm-hmm. That still, to me, makes him morally reprehensible.
Yes, which is somebody you would not want to listen to. Exactly. And there's a lot of people that would be like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that just sweep it under the rug because he's saying shit they like, and that bothers me too.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah, of course. But that's a problem with those people, not him. Yeah. He should still have the ability to put his information out there.
No, I know what you're saying, I get Semper, but what we're saying is I get your point. It's like, oh, if he went to jail, then da-da-da. He never went to jail, though. I'm not saying he should be, and some of the evidence I've seen, some people go over it is kind of spotty. The text messages, the fonts are all over the place. So I'm not saying he should be, I'm not saying he should be kicked off the internet or lose his monetization. It's just, it could go either way. They're lying, or he could have did this. Either way, I never watched this guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter in my thing. I don't like the guy.
Yeah.
So to those people who want him off the internet, let's go ahead and shine a spotlight on their life and search history the way he's having a light shined on his, and we'll see what comes out.
Well, that's not a search history. It's his sexual.
No, I don't. I'm using search history because it's something that's easy to be seen and is usually awful for most people. But let's have a look at your life. Not you, Ken, but let's have a look at
your life.
If you're going to sit there and you're going to go after somebody for the shit that they've done in their past, then let's have a look at your past.
No, I know, but if my past involved, grape, then maybe it should be.
And that's fine. You should go to jail for that. If that's the case.
He's not risking jail. He's risking demonetization. I'm not for that. I think Rumble did the right thing. and YouTube's
Yeah, I think
scummy
the
employees done
platforms
this shit.
should remain neutral because once you start setting precedents for things like that, it's bad
Yeah.
Yep.
news. Like
Yeah.
that's
And
the
that's
real
my only
linchpin of this
contention with
whole
it.
story is like if he raped those women, he should go to jail for it.
Do I think he's a flaming pile of shit? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying. Like I didn't my personal opinion of him and his rape allegations have nothing to do with the fact that the United Kingdom government and the U.S. government are always conspiring to take away our ability to speak.
Yep.
And that's the problem. That's the real problem.
do. Hey, it looks like we got somebody new on the Rumble side.
Yeah. He says, let's hack everyone's web history and expose it to the mob. Yeah, that'd be great. But
No, I agree with pretty much everything Ugly Boy says.
no. I mean, I still think it's morally reprehensible to have sex with a 16-year-old, whether you're
Yeah.
consenting
I would never
or
have
not.
sex with a 16-year-old.
But I
I
also,
wouldn't have
for
sex with a
me,
20-year-old.
yeah, I'm like 23 is like my floor. Because
Dude,
below
my
that
floor's
point,
like
they're just their
30.
brains mush. Well, you're also like 200, so you
I'm
know.
46. Shut up.
Gross. Are you allowed to
It's
be out? Are you allowed to be
Afghanistan.
on this late at night?